Hi everyone, and welcome to our summer webinar series. My name's Craig Farrell from Luck Collection, where we're lucky enough to work with some of the best luxury hotels in the world, and only one of those is in beautiful Ireland, which is where we're taking you to today. And joining me today from the beautiful Sheen Falls Lodge in Kenmare is Sheila King, who's the Director of Sales and Marketing. So she's been kind enough to wake up very, very early for us this morning. It's just gone 6 a.m. in Kenmare. So welcome, Sheila.
Thank you, Craig, and it's a pleasure to have this opportunity. So, hello and a very warm welcome to Sheen Falls Lodge, which is located, as Craig mentioned, in Kenmare, County Kerry, in the southwest of Ireland. And it
Brilliant.
was
Just
originally,
Sorry, if I can add one more thing in, I forgot to mention, Sheila. On the system, the GoTo webinar system, we have there's a chat box on the top right hand corner. So if anyone has any questions on the way through the webinar, I'll be keeping an eye on that and sort of asking questions as we go through, and we'll have a bit of time for a Q&A at the end if we need as well. So sorry, Sheila, over to you now.
no problem, perfect. So, thank you. Yes, so it was originally a fishing and hunting lodge, and we sit on a 300-acre estate in the most beautiful setting overlooking the Sheen River as it makes its journey to Kenmare Bay. So every bedroom, all the public areas have a view to the water. So it's that unique location that makes Sheen Falls so special. So many of our guests leave their windows open at night and listen to the sound of the waterfalls, and it ensures they have an amazing night's sleep, not the whiskey that you drink in the bar. Everyone asks when's the best time to travel to Ireland, and I love shoulder season, so September, October, April into May, and particularly April and May because everything is coming back to life. The cherry blossoms are in full bloom. It's when you see the lambs bouncing um, in the fields. Sorry. So our location, we're 2.5 hours south of Shannon Airport. 4.5 from Dublin, and we're here in the county of Kerry, which is an hour west of Cork. So for your clients, they may come through via Dubai directly into Dublin or into London. And then from London to Cork, we're just over an hour's transfer. And the typical itinerary to Ireland is into Dublin. You do the Southern Loop, and then you can connect back to London from Shannon Airport. And Kerry in a little bit more detail. We're just outside the town of Kenmare, which is right on the Ring of Kerry. And the Ring of Kerry is a famous driving route because it takes in some of the most spectacular scenery in Ireland. Our highest mountain range is here in the centre, and then the route travels around by the coastline. So you have water on one side and the mountain landscape on the other. Also within the region, you have the Dingle Peninsula to the north, and then the Beara Peninsula to the south. Now, this is the lesser known of the three, but actually my favourite because there are no bus tours along that route. And when you think of Ireland, you have this picture of colourful towns and villages and patchwork green landscape, and that's what you see on the Beara Peninsula. So when we looked at that first picture of Sheen Falls, it looks like we are isolated and in the middle of nowhere. Well, you can actually walk to Kenmare town in 10 minutes, but we do provide shuttle service to and from the hotel. And Kenmare is a small little town on the Ring of Kerry. It doesn't get the bus tour traffic, so it's the perfect spot for your FIT client. Lovely restaurants, art galleries, a food market on a Wednesday. There's a food tour available, music in the pubs by night, and full of characters. And again, we want our clients to experience the charm of Kenmare. So you're coming to Ireland for the beautiful scenery, and this is a typical place that we would take you to, particularly if you've clients who like to do hill walking. And the hike will take you above the waterfalls. You meet lots of sheep along the route, so spectacular scenery. These are the Skellig Islands, a World UNESCO Heritage Site just off the coast of County Kerry. And what's unique about this visitor attraction is they only allow 200 people visit the island at any given time between April and October. So not for the faint-hearted, it's 600 steps to get to the top, but a really amazing day trip from the hotel. And these are the images from the Beara Peninsula, that off the beaten track experience that I mentioned. And I know a lot of our Australian guests love to self-drive, and this is a much easier self-drive option than perhaps the Ring of Kerry as well. So coming closer to home, we love to work with the local producers, artists, and we really showcase that throughout the property. So all the artists, from a local lady, Christine, that you see in the picture, she painted that beautiful mural that we have in reception, and all of our artwork features in the bedrooms. In regards to food, we worked with a little distillery on the Beara Peninsula to make our own gin. We've become very sophisticated. We're a gin drinking nation now. And then our local chocolatier produced those gorgeous chocolates that you see. And again, a local carpenter produced the presentation box. So all these lovely touches that you see throughout the hotel. On arrival, the fire is lit every day in the year, summer right through until winter, but it's that feeling of arriving home. Throughout the hotel then, every bedroom has a view to the water. This is our standard room category. We've a beautiful selection of interconnecting and adjoining rooms, so it's the perfect option for families as well. Sheen Falls has always focused on high-end leisure business. We don't have large groups, we don't have bus tours, we don't do corporate or MICE business, so you do feel very relaxed when you're in the hotel. 13 beautiful suites to choose from, all with their own unique features. Some have terraces overlooking the waterfalls, some have separate sitting rooms with open fireplaces. And even if you book through the GDS, I know at the time difference it can be a little bit challenging, but always follow up with me or Craig by email and we can allocate at the time of booking for your clients. We have 5 luxury thatched cottages on the grounds as well, so they range from 2 bedrooms to a 4-bedroom property. All the bedrooms are en suite. You still have access to everything in the hotel when you're staying in a private cottage. And again, they're so charming with the beautiful thatched roof, but have stunning interiors. A chef can come and cook for you, housekeeping service them. We provide a welcome hamper on arrival, and we deliver continental breakfast every morning as well. Beautifully appointed bedrooms, again with stunning views, and they're all within a 5 to 7 minute walk of the hotel, but again we provide shuttle service for your clients. We are part of the Relais Châteaux family, so that does mean good food, and I suppose in Ireland we didn't always have the best reputation in terms of food. We had the great produce, we just weren't good at cooking it, so thankfully that has come full circle, and we've some lovely dining options for your clients to enjoy, whether it's dining on the terrace and private dining in our wine cellar. This is the Falls restaurant, which overlooks the waterfalls, our fine dining option. And then we've casual dining available in our Stables Brasserie and Bar. We do, of course, wine, whiskey and gin tasting. Afternoon tea is a lovely experience to participate in. And then you'll see the salmon in the presentation box. We actually smoke our own salmon at the hotel, so keeping alive that history and that connection to the salmon fishing at the property. So typically guests would stay 3 nights with us, and again it's just because there's so much to do and see. So when you arrive, it's usually late afternoon, you relax and you have dinner with us. The next day you have your day trip, and then the third day I think is when the magic happens, because hopefully you get the time to do an experience, and it's all about connecting with the guide. You see Liam, who's our falconer, he's a fabulous guy. Tim, who does our clay pigeon shooting, is a wonderful character. And it's just having those experiences and interactions with the guides. We have 15 miles of salmon fishing. Brendan is our gilly. If you're lucky enough to catch some salmon, we'll cook it for you as well. The best time for salmon fishing is June and July, and that's when we see the salmon going upstream. We also have our own golf course, 18 holes, located within a 10-minute drive of the hotel. And again, we provide shuttle service for your clients if they wish to play golf during their stay with us. It has a beautiful clubhouse, and again, the most stunning location with beautiful views overlooking Kenmare Bay and the Beara Peninsula. Nearby, there's lots to choose from as well, from chocolate making to sheepdog demonstrations. The ice cream is part of the food tour experience. And then there's day and nighttime kayaking and you can actually see the bioluminescence in the water during that experience as well. And then when you're exhausted, we've something to help with that. We've our beautiful spa. We use Elemis, which of course is a well-known brand, but also two lovely Irish brands, Ground and Seabody, and one's from Cork and the other's from Kerry. And again, lovely to be able to support some local products like that. Dare I say, Christmas, I know we're just recovered from it, but we're thinking about it again already for 2025. But it's a fabulous time to visit the property. It's beautifully decorated, and we have our decorations up from mid-November right through until the 6th of January. So lots of time for you to take the opportunity to enjoy the festivities at the hotel. We're part of all the major consortia programs, so as well as breakfast being included in your rates, one of the unique amenities is a tour of Kenmare in the 1936 vintage Buick. So we'll take your clients on a tour of Kenmare. We make sure they know that you've arranged it for them. And Irish people are particularly inquisitive. So every time the car is going through town, people will come out of the shops to see who's in the car in case there's a celebrity staying in Sheen Falls that they don't know about. So it's something fun and memorable, and your clients will definitely enjoy that. But in Ireland, it's all about the people, and we've a fabulous team here in Kenmare, and they do a wonderful job. And we take great pride in looking after your clients because we are aware there's so much choice out there. And I suppose their dedication to service was recognised when we won our 2 Michelin keys last October. And we also got some fabulous mentions in the Condé Nast Reader's Choice. So I'm based at the property. I've been here, well, I'm in my 20th year, so I'm very proud to be able to say that. So I am your point of contact if you need anything, and delighted to assist with any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Sheila. That was brilliant. I think so. There wasn't many questions that came through during the presentation. Just some lovely comments about the cottages with the thatched roofs are incredible. Sam says the whole thing looks incredible. But to me, it is. I was lucky enough to go there early last year in May, I think it was, and I'm glad you said the fish don't start biting until June onwards, because I was unlucky with my fly fishing. We didn't have anything to cook after my experience out there, but I did shoot some of the clay pigeons, so I was very happy with that. I was terrible. I thought I was going to be a better shot than I was. Couldn't hit the side of a barn door early, but then the lovely guide, and I forget his name, but he said, "Do you want an
Tim,
Irish coffee?" Tim said, "Do you want an Irish
yeah,
coffee?" I've heard of an Irish coffee. I assumed it was a coffee, but there was we had an Irish coffee which has quite a bit of whiskey in it. And after that, I was a much better shot, funnily enough. So he's got all of the tricks for being able to shoot straight. But yeah, it was my first time to Ireland, and it just has everything that you expect when you dream of an Irish holiday. Obviously the golf, which I love, but all of the activities that you can do there. I can imagine going there with a family. There's just so much for kids to do as well, and what an
yeah.
adventure it would be
Like
for
there's
them.
something for all ages, from young kids up to the teenagers. They're all kept happy when they're with us just because of the variety of
Yeah,
activities that we can organise. And again, we have our own Gaelic games here in Ireland, and we can bring in local instructors that can show the kids how to do that and participate in a local game as well, which is nice to do.
brilliant. No, that's great, and it's also really relaxed. Like you wouldn't, it's not sort of it's a relaxed luxury. So yes, it's a beautiful hotel with luxury amenities, but it's not somewhere that you feel like you've got to get dressed up for breakfast and those sorts of things. Like it really is a beautiful, relaxed place, and I think is just typical of Ireland and the Irish. So that's it. Just some lovely comments that have come through, Sheila. So no questions at this stage, I guess. What people might be wondering, a nightly rate. So if we looked at July and August in euros, what would a lead-in room be?
So it starts from €590. Continental breakfast will be included with that, and all taxes as well. So there isn't add-ons. And then the cottages would range the two bedrooms from 1700 per night,
Yep.
and your continental breakfast on the delivered, and your welcome hamper. And again, there's no fee for utilities, Wi-Fi. It's all built in like a hotel bedroom.
I love the idea of the cottage in the winter, having the open fire and everything. I
Yeah,
just think would be absolutely stunning. So, look, that just is about it for us. So I want to say a big thank you to you, Sheila, for waking up so early and making sure we
thank
could do
you.
this in business hours on the east coast of Australia and the rest of Australia. New Zealanders will have to watch the recording. It's a little bit late for them, but and honestly, everyone that has joined us live, it's fantastic. We're actually going to do a prize as well, but it might be a bit unfair because some people are watching the recording. But what we might do is for the first booking that comes through that you let Sheila and I know about in the next few weeks, we might get them a nice bottle of something. Sheila, what do you think? I was going to suggest
Yeah,
an Irish whiskey, but maybe the gin. We'll chat afterwards anyway, and we'll see if we can get a bottle of your own gin shipped over and see what we can do.
absolutely. We'll arrange something nice. If I have to bring it myself to Australia, that's no problem. Hopefully, the
You,
next time I'm doing this in person.
you've been looking for an excuse to come out, so that might just be it.
I know. Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And next week we've got Christina from Fire Blue in Crete. So we're going from one extreme to the other, but keeping in Europe. So thank you, and thanks again, Sheila. It was lovely to see you.
My pleasure. Thank you, everyone.